News Channel 6, you've been sending us your concerns for U.S. Congressman Mac Thornberry over the last week.
Yeah, and now we're getting you some answers. NewsChannel6Now.com reporter Eric Crossland joins us live with the congressman. Hi, Eric.
First of all, I'd like to thank Congressman Thornberry for stopping by. Sorry, I get nervous here. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for
we've got a lot of questions to get to in just a couple of minutes to get to them, so we're going to get right into it, and I would like you to answer in haiku form if you could. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get the first one going here. Okay, from what I've, this is from Larry. No, this is from a concerned citizen. It says, a concerned older citizen. From what I've read, the Congress has borrowed over $2 trillion from Social Security. Can you tell us what the plans are for returning the money to Social Security?
Sure. There are IOUs in the Social Security Trust Fund. Those IOUs have to be turned back into cash to pay benefits, and actually we're doing it now. There's not enough money coming into Social Security to pay the benefits that have to be paid now, so those IOUs are being cashed out. And that will go on for some years, but even when you turn them all to cash, it's not enough to keep Social Security solvent. So we still have to make some reforms to keep it strong in the future.
Okay, I hope that answered concerned older citizens' question. Let's get the next one up here, please, so I can read who it's from here. This is from Larry, Congressman. It says, why has Congressman Thornberry introduced this bill to establish a Center for Strategic Communication to include funding of a $250 million at the same time his party and himself are advocating cutting spending and the size of federal government?
We don't know how much such a center would cost exactly, but the point of it is to do better at communicating with the world so we don't have to send our troops everywhere. We're not going to defeat terrorism just on the battlefield. We've got to defeat it on the war of ideas. And the whole idea of the center is to bring in all of the private sector folks who want to work to support the national goals but don't want to become federal employees. And so this was a suggestion from a Defense Science Board study to set up this center just to facilitate that private sector involvement in this larger national goal. I think it's a good idea. And a lot of folks who deal with terrorism and strategic communications think that there's some hope to get it started.
Okay, all right, we've got time for another one, I think. Let's get that one up here. This one is from Jim Hoy. He says, what are your plans on running for the Senate? Do you have any?
None.
None.
Yep.
Okay, let's get one more up here. Do we have time for another one here? This is from Kevin Curran. He wants you to know he's a registered voter. He says, are you in favor of getting rid of all of payroll tax deductions for working people? And if so, are you willing to raise taxes on those who make millions off of capital gains and pay a lower percentage in taxes than I do?
I'm not for getting rid of payroll deductions unless we have the kind of overall reform of the tax code that would allow that. And I have co-sponsored a bill that would set up a national sales tax that would replace the income tax and the payroll tax both. And there are a whole lot of reasons I think that would be helpful. I think we definitely need tax reform. Getting rid of loopholes and deductions and lowering the rate for everybody, I think that would be a good step, and hopefully this fall, this new kind of special committee will consider that.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have time for, but we are going to ask you some more questions when we go off the air. We're going to put that up on our Facebook and YouTube channel and get those to people. So thank you once again, Congressman, for coming by.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Last minute preparation.